Welcome back. You are watching KTN Life and Style, and this is Relationship Wednesday. If you are just joining us and you're single, I have two guests here that are going to show you the path to finding the next partner in your life, okay? I'm here with, yeah, so it sounded like a prayer. Maybe I was like, hallelujah. I am here with Nessie and Alvin, this fantastic couple. They look like exactly what they are. Nessie is so pretty and so beautiful and so regal.
Such a queen.
And Alvin just looks fit and strong. Like he's, you know, that's what he does, that's what he's selling, that's how he looks.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about just before we went for the break? We were talking about what, Alvin, the advice that you give to your single friends and where your single man them are at.
Yeah.
Now, where are the women in your life at, Nessie, and what do you tell them?
Ooh, my ladies. I don't know. They're everywhere. There are those guys who are, yes, single, but they're not ready to commit. They just want to, you know, have fun, do them.
Yeah.
Then there's the ones who are playing wife because you move in.
Oh.
You think it's going to marry you.
Let me
There's
just
that.
skip
Isn't
this
that
tea.
the same thing though? Sip
Yeah,
your
it is.
tea.
Yeah.
It is. And that's majority of those relationships don't last. From what I've heard, maybe there are a few that have
That work
succeeded
out.
that I don't know about. But come we stays, for me, is a no-no. Like, you playing wife will not make you a wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
that's
what do
a
you
nice
think?
line.
What do you think the reason is? What usually happens?
I don't know why there's that desperation. Like,
Alvin
just
looks like
play
he
girlfriend.
Alvin knows.
He knows
Why?
the answer to this.
Tell us.
I'm going to speak in the man's perspective.
Right.
If you make a man comfortable by playing wife, you may never see your wedding.
Whew.
Ever. Because men are very, like, you come stay, you come clean, you come do all that, you show a bit of desperation. Subconsciously, the man is not going to commit. In most cases, they won't commit. They won't do it till the end of. But they'll say, after all, we already look like a family,
doing
so
it.
what
Oh,
is
then
it?
even
Yeah.
the what are we
Sorry.
conversation
Yeah,
is never
exactly.
gonna
And so what will happen, that itself will make the relationship not strong in terms of bond.
ambiguous,
But when
yeah.
you've followed things, principles, or just getting married, paying the bride price, that journey may look like it's all about events,
Yeah.
but the event is what you see. We don't see the journey towards that event. And that
Right.
journey is so important
Yeah.
to build the foundation for the relationship.
That's beautiful, but at the same
Yeah.
time, first of all, how did you know that? Did you read it somewhere, then practice it, or you
We have
actually learned from
experienced
experience?
it.
Yeah.
And also we are very good observers.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How was your experience? Did you come we stay with him, Kidogo, then you're like, okay, no, I'm doing the wrong
Absolutely
thing.
I even
Really?
told
Never
that
come
I
with
don't want that.
Okay.
Because as a man, it may be in my nature that I'll get comfortable. And I don't want to disrespect her by,
And my parents.
yeah.
Exactly.
These people know what's up. You
You're
know?
not structured. I
They're
think you
so
have to be first
informed.
structured in your mind
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
a person.
You have to have your own principles that govern how you're going to do this.
Yes.
Yes.
Speaking about the bride price and everything, talk to us about your wedding. I had to mention that. I loved your outfits, by the way.
Thank you.
Thanks, all
Thank
me.
you.
That was really
Thank you.
cute.
Thank
It was a
you.
traditional wedding.
Yes,
Yes.
that was the traditional wedding.
Any
Yes.
plans to do a church wedding? Any
Yeah.
plans to do an AG wedding?
We've
Any
done
plans?
both.
You've done both.
Yes.
Wait, the church wedding and the AG?
Yes.
Oh, so you are
Really?
married,
Married,
even under
married,
government.
married.
So do you want to do the whole white dress church ceremony thing?
Now that is just for the
That's
friends.
just a
And that
party,
will happen.
honestly.
It
okay.
will happen.
It's just a
But
party.
between
But we
us
did
and
everything.
God, it was settled. And then traditional wise, then by the law.
Yes.
I've married how many times?
3 times.
It's like, no, you have to check. I have to change mind as back photos.
Yeah.
You know, Kenyan law
There
these
should be
days
no
is very
loophole.
interesting. There are some things if you don't quite do, you can backslide. Don't add other people to the equation.
Yeah.
So,
But again, speaking of
Exactly.
law and speaking of things against the idea of come we stay.
Yeah.
Come we stay is recognized by the constitution as a marriage.
But that's a constitution.
marriage?
If your
Yeah.
principles, if God comes first in your life,
Yeah.
You have to
Right.
who
understand.
brought
Constitution, woo.
yeah, I always say who brought you into this world? Is it the constitution or is it God?
okay.
And your parents.
Who are you honoring first?
Yeah.
Who are you honoring?
Yeah.
The Kenyan government?
And also yourself.
or
Yeah.
even
And also yourself, yeah, because I think
Yeah.
sometimes you do ceremonies that you feel are important to you as a
Yes.
person. So it's not the same for all couples.
Yeah,
But
it's true.
So you guys, you were dating and now you're married, and we're talking about the what are we conversation, defining the relationship. Was there ever a time that you questioned that what are we between dating and going into marriage? It's been smooth sailing all the way.
Imagine it's been smooth sailing.
Imagine get
You
out.
guys are those couples we hate. Yeah, you guys are those couples we hate. It's been great. We love each other. It's really comfortable. And you know, whenever we have a problem, we just have a conversation and everything's
No, but
fine.
we've had those situations with our exes.
Yeah, that's
but
what I'm saying.
by the time we're
journey
getting
to it.
together, you already know what you
Yeah.
want and what you don't want. So if you see those two symptoms of what are we?
Yeah.
Where are we?
Can I
You
give
would
you an
address
issue to
it.
fight about so
Yeah.
that you can stop being that
Yes.
couple? So, you know, we have the in-laws on Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, social media
Oh,
in-laws. Whenever you see like women, you know, when I'm Katia, you
Yeah.
know, Kwanza, when he's training people at the gym,
Yeah.
and then it happens that your client is a woman,
Yeah.
you really don't fight about that? Ama when he's applauding a client because she's been at it at the gym, she's lost the weight or she's gained the bulk or whatever, you don't feel some type of way?
I'll say it's my
It
That's
doesn't make me
secure
feel like
woman.
that.
It's my responsibility to make her secure.
And vice versa.
Oh damn! I've always
Goosebumps.
no, that's mind blowing because people have always said you need to be secure in your own relationship. You need to
Yeah.
be sure of
Sure.
who you are. But I guess with trust in a relationship,
Yeah.
you said it's your job to
Yeah,
make
you have
sure
to take
she's
it.
secure.
You have to
Yeah.
take it upon yourself.
No, but seriously
Yeah.
though, hamjaiko sana. Imagine me, I really want to know.
Imagine
No, okay, no,
we-
Let me ask this.
we
There's no
don't-
way you don't fight. I've refused. I fought with my mom even yesterday about something. I fought with my siblings. I argue with my dad. It is not possible. Even
Yeah,
you.
we do
Yeah.
fight.
Define
We're
fight.
such a big fan. People think we're sisters. We argue all the time.
Yeah.
When was the last fight and what was it about?
I can't remember. No, but we
You know,
don't
it
fight at
depends on
it
what
in
is
12 like
fight.
that.
It's just
Obviously.
disagreement.
When we are mad at each other,
Disagreements.
we disagree, he'll walk away, I'll stay in the room.
Disagreements
Then
are
we're like,
there,
okay, so
but
what
it
do you
doesn't
want?
last.
Then we'll talk about
Okay.
it.
It doesn't last because if you let it go more than other people are different, you know. For us, we don't want it to last like hours and hours of not talking. We'll have to address it. Then.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Looking that you've been dating for a minute and you've, you know, taken it a level higher.
Yeah.
You've gotten married. I'm not going to ask about the babies yet,
Yeah.
but do you feel like sometimes he's taken you for granted or she's taken you for granted at any particular time? Unaona ile yenye mmezoeana hadi it's like you forget haya I'm
Like
dealing with
after
a
the
queen,
last
you
time.
know. Ama this is an
I
actual
don't think
king.
we've figured there. No, we're not.
Not
Do I
yet.
take you for granted, no?
No.
Alvin
Not
looks like
yet.
he's not sure.
No, I'm very sure.
Yeah.
I would say
think
not
so.
yet. And we hope for it not to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys clearly are very good with conflict resolution. So you said that he does the walking away and you stay in the room.
Yeah.
What conversations do you usually have with yourselves in that moment? Before the resolving of the fight.
Ama you look for your girlfriends
You-
like, hey,
no.
tumekutana, please, let's go out.
I don't even think any of our friends know if we've ever.
Yeah.
Right.
If we ever
Ever.
fight. Yeah.
Sips tea and sticks to my lane.
That's true. You see, if in a relationship, you have to protect the relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
If you allow any other third party or anything, they can easily plant seed of disagreement
Yeah.
or in that relationship. So you always have to look like that relationship is for us. So when you have a disagreement, of course you go make jam and all that.
Yeah.
But then the relationship takes two to tangle, and it's you who makes the relationship. So you have to think again, like, okay, now let me get back to my sense. I really miss her, obviously. So let me make this happen. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's really cute.
Super cute.
Yeah.
So you guys' career paths are not exactly traditional
Yeah.
career paths.
Yeah.
And the way you set up your lives, it's not like you have that job where you know for sure Salo is coming every month.
Yeah.
And they always say the biggest fights and the toughest thing for people in relationships is you fight over money and resources and
Yeah.
the decisions you make financially a lot. So for when you were starting out to date and you have those strange career paths that you have, how did that affect your relationship?
The first thing we did actually before we got married was have our counseling, our classes, marriage classes. And our spiritual father took us through those things. He gave us the most important things, the pillars of marriage, and what people normally fight about in a marriage. So we were made aware, that's number one. The second thing is we were actively trying to not get to that point where we fight about it.
Okay.
So something about money, we know our jobs are very interesting. We took classes like Centonomy. We learn about money and stuff like that. And I don't know. I think we're just, I know how to use money like very well and
Right.
prioritize
Who's the
and
better
budget.
one at it?
Yeah, do you have different money
Financial, yeah.
personalities?
Oh, yeah?
Also, you're the
He
better
didn't
one.
even try. Conflict about this.
I've heard the best way about like addressing it is say that we have different money personalities. Don't be like, oh, you do ana saving, oh, you do ana tumianga pesa. Don't like.
He's good at saving. He's
Okay.
really good at saving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he can also go ham and like splash and buy me gifts like that are
And you're like, this is
unnecessary.
making me really happy, but stop.
But like, it's time to chill.
Yeah.
Still love you. Calm
Yeah.
down.
I would say about the money issue in relationships. We have to realize that God gave us a helper, right? Gave the man a helper.
Okay.
And ladies are very good managers. When a man
All ladies?
suppresses, most ladies, and it's also in your
Even how
nature.
we're raised.
It's also
especially
in your
the
nature.
African household.
So if you suppress a lady's ability to manage or help you manage, it can open a window for fights. For example, if she doesn't know the financial situation, it can easily cause a fight. But if I'm to say, hey babe, this is the money I've gotten so far, let us find a way to work around it, it already puts her in a state of, okay, so this is what you have, this is how we're going to use it. If I don't tell her that and money is not coming in, it will raise a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like again,
How soon did you guys have the money conversation of how much people earn? Or maybe you've never had it, maybe that's what I should be asking. But how soon into a relationship did you?
I just asked. I don't remember when, but I remember asking, so how much do you make? And he told me, like it wasn't a difficult thing.
It comes with trust. You know, people don't say how much they make.
Yeah.
or people
But
overstate it sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah.
I have nothing to lose, and I say it's a risk. If you trust your person, it's just like business. Risk it all. May I risked it, and I told her, because that man will say, never tell a woman how much you earn, blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah.
But for me, I did it, and I would say I'm a different man, because now she helps me use it for the future and planning and etc. So I don't know how soon it was, but I think it has been happening in bits.
Yeah.
And when she asked you and you answered, did you ask her as well?
You didn't.
I didn't really ask her, but I could tell.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
You could look at her and tell how much she
I
earns.
can tell. We're both
From how
self-employed.
people, I guess, spend. I don't know.
We are both self-employed, so we know how. We are both. You see, I'm in fitness, but I came from the entertainment industry.
Right.
You understand? So I understand everything that goes
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Again, Nessie talked about you having Centonomy classes.
Yes.
Would you consider, or rather, would you advise somebody to go for this sort of advice, financial matters and just relationships and marriage in general, from a regular person, or rather just a normal citizen other than your family member?
Yes.
Because you know, most of the times when you do these weddings, apparently there's normally like msimamizi, and it's supposed to be somebody older who can give you advice on marriage and everything. Do you prefer that kind of a person, or the Centonomy one who will actually give you facts on
An
the table?
outside third party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I prefer. I think both play a role. There's the family elder, quote unquote,
Yeah.
that will also give you insight as per your traditions, how you are culture-wise. But then there's this autonomy person who will give you facts, how Kenya is moving right now.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
what you need to do to save, what you need to do to make more money. Like that is a class that I would highly
Recommend.
recommend
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah. It's eye-opening,
Yeah.
to say the least. Yeah.
I've had people really recommending the Centonomy classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll book you for one of them.
We'll go together. You think I'll just go back?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That-
You
that's-
think you know
But
until you go for those
Yeah.
classes.
It's actually so crazy how much is not taught in school. Like, I find it
Yes.
so
Yeah.
frustrating because I'm like, even in uni, you'll study financial matters, you'll study business,
yeah.
and then you'll still make terrible personal financial
Yeah,
decisions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It's
even
just
forget.
like- yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what was the point of all that?
Yeah.
math?
You know what I mean?
the cosine and the, what were those?
All those
surely?
exams, what was I doing? Stressing my soul.
I'm sure a financial analyst is looking at us like, this is my life, do not insult me. Because they do that every other day. Or this fiscal economic analyst,
Yeah.
you can tell, I know a lot of people.
Okay, you need to know people.
You need to know people. Again, maybe we should talk about the societal pressures, yeah?
Yes.
We have to talk about this hashtag for mtaachana too.
Yeah.
By the way.
How do you deal with
Do you
that?
guys get that on your comments?
Not in the
No,
comments,
actually,
but you
no.
can feel the vibe sometimes.
Yeah.
Ama mtoto anakuangalia zile macho za
Actually, we felt it. We felt it at the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah, from our close friends.
Yeah.
We're just like,
really?
Yeah.
okay, guys.
Vampires.
But the thing is, diamonds are never made without pressure, and that's part of the pressure to make the diamond the marriage. So, as in, it's life, whether you like it or not, it has to be there. So it's how your attitude towards it that determines.
I can tell you guys went for classes just the way they talk. Diamonds aren't created without pressure.
They were
Casually drops that in casual conversation. You're like, Dachana too. I'm like, jeez, these classes. I need that spiritual teacher of yours.
He's
to
gonna
just
be
come
there
into
soon.
my
But
life.
it can be a bit crazy because when
Yeah.
the relationship was so fresh,
Yeah.
and this happens to a lot of people. Then you read, I've read such comments. That, okay, hashtag. There's a time I was dating, etc., etc. And when you read such a comment, it's sort of like you see a mistake in your partner, and you're like, they're kind of right. Tutachana too, because at this rate,
Yeah.
So how do you? You're saying diamonds and all build up pressure and whatnot.
Separating
That's something that we know.
Yes.
But separating that
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
and what you have
Yeah.
and what the people are talking about.
Yeah.
Because again, your kind of career is with the people.
Yes.
It's people you can't avoid.
Yeah.
How do you really, really deal with that?
It all comes back
It's all
to
a thin line.
It comes back to what I was saying about principle.
Yeah.
What your principles are, what principles govern your life.
Yeah.
Like we're Christians, so we know we want to do things as per the Bible. That's our constitution.
Yeah.
So we as long as we are moving towards that path, as long as we're building on biblical things, we are fine. Like anyone can say whatever they want, it's fine.
Yeah.
I would say two things: self-awareness and choice. If you're not self-aware, any other person, any external force can
Can come in.
exactly
Okay.
can distort your mind. And then choice. You choose to make the relationship work. You choose what to let in to the relationship to separate it.
Again, speaking about self-awareness,
Yeah.
because when Nessie was explaining how your relationship happened, it was sort of like you were in relationship, they weren't working out,
Yeah.
and you were like, God, this is me, you, and the money.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, whoa, here comes an Alvin, and he happens to fit the bill.
Yeah.
One time, we are sorry. What time did you have to be self-aware? Did you have any breaks in between?
Yes.
Really?
Before him, I think I was single for like 8 months.
Or 8?
100%
I thought you
single.
were gonna
You know,
say
there's the
8
single
years.
for.
Are you
you're
single?
with
I'm
someone.
single.
I was like single.
Not like you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not talking to nobody. There's nothing.
Completely. It was just I was just me, and I think girls need to embrace that fact. You being single and just know yourself, know what you can take, what you can't take, what you stand for. I think it's really important. Like honestly, if you're single and you're out there somewhere, be single. Be in that season. Enjoy it. There are certain things you get to do when you're single that you can't do when you're married. So enjoy those things. Be single. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Don't allow yourself to be lonely or do you feel like, oh, I don't have relationship goals, stuff like that. So I was single. So by the time he was coming, I was okay. I was like, okay, maybe I can give him a minute or two to plead his case.
Turns
Yeah.
out you're giving me a whole life.
I gave him my whole life, yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
You have friends who are not single for sure.
Yes.
And you saying that when you're single, do the things that you can do, because when you get married, there are things that you really cannot do.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes look at your friends and you're like, hey, I wish I'd just be single right about now?
No, actually not.
No,
No.
this
I'm
is an
telling you, I
actual
enjoyed
perfect
it.
relationship.
I enjoyed my singlehood.
Yeah.
That's why I have
Right.
no regrets. Like,
Right.
yeah.
There's no looking back and feeling like, oh, okay. You guys are very spiritual, and your religion is very important to you in your relationship. In the past, did you guys date people that just weren't on the same page with you religion-wise? And was that a very big
Yes.
deal break? Okay.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
It was a deal breaker. Like, this guy was everything. He was a doctor. He had all the money. Like, he was
Don't
a
worry,
nice
you're more than
person.
that.
Yes.
fine.
Yeah.
Self-awareness and being self-secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
This
that
is the
was,
pressure building the diamond.
that was it was actually a deal breaker, like honestly, because how am I going to introduce you to my parents? Yeah, that was.
And he was very
is so
sure and
beautiful.
vocal about the fact that he just wasn't
Yeah, I
there
was like, I don't believe in
religiously.
God. And I was
Okay.
like, ooh.
You're like, yo, hapo kuna chida.
Yes, there's a problem. And I ended up breaking it.
Right.
Yeah.
That thing is a very sensitive part in relationships. I always don't say being really religious or whatever, but at least believing in God the same way.
Okay.
Or being in the same, as she'll always disturb me, same spiritual wavelength.
Yes.
Ooh.
Because it will help you in different things. It will help you on how you do conflict resolution, how you make decisions, how I see the woman in the relationship and how she sees me. Because all that is still guided by who we see as our supreme being.
Right.
Yeah.
This
So-
is interesting.
So if you have that disconnect in how you see God, then it can easily bring up conflicts.
Yeah, and for me, it was more about, the Bible says that the guy is going to be the head of your home. He's going to be the priest of your house. If you don't believe in God, tunaenda wapi, please. Like,
Yeah,
he
that's
had
for
to
her.
be, he has to have a little
The
more,
priesthood.
of that than
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is for us. So even if you're Muslim and Muslim, it's easier. You
Yeah.
understand? Yeah. Because I'm looking at, I know there's situations where Christians have married Muslims and they're still going on strong and etc. But I'm very sure there's some conflicts, like when children come and names and which school and which church or which mosque. Those are, people say we shall handle them when it happens, but when it
Yeah.
happens, there's always that conflict.
Yeah.
It will stay in your heart. It's always there.
So I think
Yeah.
it's about that time where we just have to tell them that you have to start classes. You know, you have to tutor us women.
Yeah,
you
I
really
think
have
you
to
have
tutor
to
these
now
men
teach
out
the
there.
teachers.
We're still learning also.
Yeah.
We'll learn along with you.
No, yeah.
Because you are so far, ahead.
That's
by
the
the way.
thing. You have to start pulling us from
Yeah,
God
yeah.
knows where
From
we
the
are.
dandruffs.
We can't even see ourselves, you know. But again,
Right.
seeing that you have this whole perfectionism thing going on, I really have to say perfectionism because this is really what perfectionist is. This is what perfect is, first of all. It is. I'm not even trying to gas you all up. Okay, maybe I am.
How is it not perfect? Nessie is like, stop it, girl.
I wouldn't say perfect. I'll say how we use it, how we. Because if you're saying perfect, perfect means she doesn't have a crush yet we're in a marriage. You understand?
I've had crashes in the marriage.
You see, it's how you use it.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that thing where you discuss it? Like if you're like, oh, okay, because I always feel like that's so healthy. Like if I see somebody that's attractive and I can't tell my significant other about it,
What are we doing?
then
That's a
it's like,
problem.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
And
then
that's
the more
not
you keep it, the
perfect,
more
no.
it brews, and then you want to
Yeah.
talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice secret.
You're feeding a demon a small
There's like
bit.
a sweetness to it.
What? See? Perfect. So, the thing is, I wanted to know, what is your biggest nightmare? You have to have one.
In the relationship? or-
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Mine is not able to provide, and also my love for her deteriorating. That's my biggest nightmare. But I don't think, like you, I'll always have to try
I
and
think
be
we should get them
positive.
a room.
Yeah, I was just like,
come
there
on.
is a room at the back, but after the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
My biggest nightmare, I don't know, like him dying, like that.
Oh yeah, losing the person you love is always the
I
worst.
actually
Touch
create that
wood,
scenarios
touch-
for her.
Yeah.
You
Just
ask
like,
her such
no,
things.
I just enjoy it because of how she reacts to it.
I'm
So I
dead.
have fun
Okay,
with it.
so you guys are booked and busy people. Do you have anything coming up that you want to tell us about, and you can share where people can find you and get this
Me, I'm not
guidance?
recovered yet.
Yeah, your DMs are gonna be popping, but I want people to actually know where they can find you. So
Yeah.
can you
Yes.
share your social medias and stuff?
I am Nessie the Empress
Yes.
on Instagram, Nessie Lee on Facebook, and then we have a YouTube channel, Nessie and Alvin.
Yeah.
You can check us out there and see our lives.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Alvin Lee Fitness on all social media platforms, and the rest I cannot say business with. But for this topic, we share what you're learning, and that's on our YouTube channel. So
Yes, Nessie
least.
and Alvin.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
I can-
what about the fashion design thing?
Oh,
I
yeah.
those
yes.
outfits really cute. I
Oh,
really just have to
thank
remind
you.
you.
Thank you, Sucre.
Okay.
Yes, Sucre SCE.
Yeah.
That's my handle on
She's
Instagram.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Thanks. And I do wedding dresses as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
And Alvin is a fitness coach
Yes, I'm
as
a
well.
fitness
So
coach.
if you talk to him on social media, you can see how to get right.
Yeah, they
How
can
you
actually
guys-
just go to my website.
Oh, you have a
Alvin Lee.
website?
Yes. alvinleefitness.com.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get your home workouts there. I'm
Meal
yet to
plans.
launch a new program now for gym goers, but this one on the website is for home workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love me some home workouts. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're free. They're free. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to Alvin and Nessie. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You're always welcome. We hear that there might be a party in the future where Nessie may or may not be wearing a white dress. And me and Nixie highly await our invites.
You're invited.
Yes. We are so happy that you came to our show, and thank you so much. Guys, you know where to look for them. Keep talking to us. The conversation is going. Use our hashtag KTN Life and Style. Ask any and all relationship questions. You can message them as well. You can message me and Nixie. We are going to take a tiny little break, and we'll be right back.